I seen that. I didn't know me, Big L, and Dame was in the car together.
Cam started crying, man. And he told us right then and there that he would put himself in PC. Dad, I'm putting myself in PC. Me and Big L like, what?
Happens when your closest friend becomes your worst enemy. When the person who helped build your empire suddenly threatens to destroy you with a $300 million lawsuit. This is the shocking story of how two Harlem legends went from brothers to bitter rivals, and why Camron says there's absolutely no going back. The friendship between Camron Giles and Damon Dash seemed unbreakable. These weren't just business partners, they were family. Both came up from the rough streets of Harlem, grinding their way to the top of the music industry. Dame and Camron knew each other from their days running the streets of Harlem before they became rap legends in their own right, and have had a lucrative business relationship in the past when Cam and the Diplomats spent some time on Rockefeller Records.
Big L is not your man. This whole shit don't even make no sense. First of all, I'll say this real quick because we got to move on. Me, you, and Big L going to get drugs or riding around Harlem don't even sound right. Big L didn't f with you. I tried to plug you into Big L when you wanted to sign him when he started his own label, Flamboyant. And y'all was trying to sign him. But Big L brother, Big Lee and Reg, they didn't like you. If you had 3 bricks in the car, or you was on the way to get 3 bricks in the car, on the way to get bricks, whatever lie you told, story you told.
Helped launch Cam's career when the Diplomats signed to Rockefeller Records between 2001 and 2005, turning them into hip-hop royalty. For years, they made millions together, built an empire, and seemed inseparable. Dame was the businessman, Cam was the talent, and everything worked perfectly. But behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. What nobody knew was that these two had been having serious disputes for years, hidden from the public eye. The problems started with failed business ventures that left both men feeling betrayed. According to Camron's explosive revelations, Dame had been involving him in questionable movie deals that went nowhere, wasting time and money. The 8-track album project became a nightmare that stretched over nearly a decade, with Dame constantly wanting to redo songs and perfect beats, while Cam grew increasingly frustrated. Every time they thought the project was done, Dame would call for more changes, more studio time, more perfection that never came. Then came the movie On or Up.
Larry, what did you have to say about this? If y'all don't know, y'all keep bringing Larry's name up. He'd be like, yeah, I gave you Larry.
I put you with Larry.
Pause.
Because your show, you're sitting next to Larry. I introduced you to Larry.
Man, I got a lot, but a little.
First of all, Dame, you met Larry through Noriega.
Right.
So is Noriega supposed to be mad that Larry was starting to do business with Dame?
Project that Dame expected Cam to promote, but Cam refused. Why? Because he genuinely didn't like the final product. This wasn't about ego or jealousy. Cam simply felt the movie wasn't good enough to put his name behind. But Dame took this as a personal insult, and that's when their private disputes started spilling into public view. But what really set everything on fire was Dame's decision to fabricate a story about the late rapper Big L. In a moment that shocked the hip-hop community, Dame claimed that he, Camron, and Big L had been together in a car with 3 bricks of narcotics when they got stopped at a police checkpoint. The problem? According to Cam, this never happened. Not only was the story completely false, but it also disrespected the memory of Big L, who had passed away years earlier. Cam was furious, calling Dame out for lying about something so serious and involving a deceased friend who couldn't defend himself. This wasn't just about business anymore, this was personal. The situation got even messier when 50 Cent entered the picture. Dame had been feuding with 50 Cent online, and when Cam ran into 50 at an event, they had a friendly interaction. Dame called Cam afterward, asking permission to mention the encounter in his ongoing battle with 50. Cam agreed, thinking Dame would keep it simple. Instead, Dame twisted the story completely, claiming that 50 Cent had been inappropriately touching Cam and that Cam had allowed it to happen. This wasn't what Cam had agreed to, and it made him look weak in front of the entire hip-hop community. Dame had used their friendship to embarrass Cam publicly, and there was no taking it back. As their relationship deteriorated, Dame's behavior became increasingly erratic. The man who once prided himself on loyalty and business acumen started making moves that seemed desperate and petty. The drama began when Dame Dash filed for bankruptcy earlier this month, citing debts related to unpaid taxes, child support, legal judgments, and more. In doing so, he reportedly relinquished the rights to the iconic film, Paid in Full. When 50 Cent announced he had acquired the rights to Paid in Full and was developing it into a television series with Camron, Dame exploded. The movie that had helped establish both of their careers was now being controlled by someone else, and his former best friend was working with his enemy. Dame's response was to launch a social media campaign against Cam, making accusations and spreading rumors. But Cam had reached his breaking point. In a brutally honest response, he revealed years of Dame's lies, broken promises, and questionable business practices. He talked about how Dame had become someone completely different, possibly due to his increased marijuana usage, and was no longer the sharp businessman he once knew. The man who used to find and develop talent was now desperately trying to become the talent himself, and it wasn't working. The final straw came when Dame decided to involve family members and escalate the situation beyond just business. Dame is seeking $300 million in damages for alleged reputational harm, emotional distress, and loss of business opportunities. Dame filed a massive defamation lawsuit against Camron, claiming $300 million in damages. The lawsuit alleges that Cam made false statements about Dame's businesses and caused irreparable harm to his reputation. But for Cam, this lawsuit represents the ultimate betrayal, a former friend trying to destroy his life over hurt feelings and wounded pride. What makes this situation even more tragic is that it didn't have to end this way. Cam revealed that all of their previous disputes had been handled privately, with him simply choosing not to answer Dame's phone calls when they disagreed. He never took their problems to the internet or tried to embarrass Dame publicly. All Cam did was express his honest opinion about a movie he didn't like, and Dame turned it into a full-scale war. Now, both men claim this is the point of no return. According to Dame, however, the moment represents an opportunity to set any differences aside and potentially work together, albeit not on the upcoming Paid in Full series. While Dame has recently suggested they could work things out, Camron seems done with the relationship entirely. He's tired of the lies, the manipulation, and the constant drama that comes with dealing with Dame Dash. This story serves as a reminder of how money and success can destroy even the strongest friendships. Two men who started with nothing, built an empire together, and should be celebrating their legacy are instead fighting a bitter legal battle that may never end. The brotherhood that once seemed unbreakable has been shattered by ego, betrayal, and the harsh realities of the entertainment industry. The most heartbreaking part, both men are now in their 40s, successful in their own right, and should be mentoring the next generation instead of destroying each other. But sometimes, when trust is broken and pride takes over, there's no going back. As Camron put it, this is his point of no return, and it looks like Dame Dash's $300 million lawsuit might be the final nail in the coffin of one of hip-hop's most legendary partnerships. The question now isn't whether they can reconcile, it's whether the hip-hop community will ever see another friendship destroyed so completely by the very success it helped create. In an industry built on loyalty and respect, the Camron and Dame Dash saga stands as a cautionary tale of what happens when business goes wrong and brothers become enemies.